Simon, you and Steve are going to be talking about what's called the Oracle application advantage. What's the idea behind that phrase and what makes that different from what the rest of the marketplace is delivering?
So I'd say there's sort of two main elements, right? One is that ultimately we're really the only people that are delivering, infrastructure, this data platform with obviously database 23 and soon 26, horizontal applications as well as all of these industry applications. So part one, we're the only people that are really attempting to sort of take on so much and have so much experience doing so much. I think the second part of it is really that because we've got all these layers, right? We're really the only ones that can do it. We're ultimately the only ones that can embed AI at every level of this thing, right? And embed it in a way that takes advantage of having all of the data, understanding the sort of semantics of that data, understanding how these industries work, understanding really fine-grained information about horizontal applications, whether it's finance, supply chain. And so I think those are the two big sources of sort of that advantage and uniqueness.
You're going to debut some industry specific AI
Yeah.
agents. And so clinical assistance, which I'm excited about,
Yep.
all the way to agents and retail inventory. And what are you most excited about?
I mean, I think I'm a sort of a business nerd, right? So I think some of these really unique, kind of in some ways, like highly esoteric industry use cases are really interesting. So if you look at like construction, where you know delays in payments, delays in between contractors and subcontractors, slows down massive projects, right? Like building a data center, let's say. And so figuring out ways to solve those things really quickly, get rid of all the clerical work around them, I think is really exciting for kind of business in general, for us as Oracle, because ultimately it's one of our big missions, right? But also for people in general. I don't think anyone loves doing clerical work. And ultimately, a lot of what these agents are going to do for us is free people from the clerical and allow them to really focus on analytical work, which is what I think we all want to be doing with our time.
I want to ask specifically about regulated industries and are there
Mm.
different considerations for AI in those industries that people need to think about or they are thinking about?
Yeah, I mean, and obviously we're in both regulated and unregulated spaces. I mean, we already have to deliver in these regulated industries a sort of level of care, let's say, a level of security that tends to be higher. There's often a whole series of regulations we're following. So, we have to follow the things. You're really familiar in the healthcare case, right, where we have to understand, is something a medical device or not, and those kinds of things. So there is additional work. I think there's also a sort of a much higher duty of care. And so I think you'll probably see many more of those kind of functional examples really be kind of human in the middle, right? All of the kind of research and clerical work, but really presenting with the user who's typically an expert and understands this compliance environment with kind of very, very specific recommendations, but also a really deep trail of, where this has come from, where the information is sourced. I think we're doing that everywhere, but there's sort of special care in these regulated industries.
Well, thank you so much, Simon, for your time.
Thanks for having me.